it's time to give this a taste test. And these are good and hot. Let's see how these taste. So in today's video, we're going to be doing McRibs. We're going to be doing my version of McRibs. But to do that, you got to go to McDonald's and you got to get some McDonald's barbecue sauce. So that's what we're doing right now. I'm waiting on them to come out and deliver the barbecue sauce we're going to use for today's recipe. All right, so we're going to get these ribs ready. Now we're going to do these party style or hot and fast. And so we make it easy to eat for everyone. So we're just going to turn this upside down, and everywhere we see a rib bone, in between those two rib bones, we're going to cut that so that we have individual ribs. It's easy for people to grab. They're going to cook super fast. We'll get a good coating of seasoning on everything. We're going to get this whole rib rack cut up and ready for that. And then once all that's cut up, I'm going to put them in this pan and I'm going to season them. Now when I season these, I'm going to use my own blend here, which is just a salt, pepper, and garlic. And I've actually got some parsley in here too. So salt, pepper, garlic, parsley, I'm going to use that, because I'm not going to use a traditional barbecue rub, because when I put the McDonald's barbecue sauce on these ribs, I want that to be able to shine through. So we're going to have a little bit of seasoning, but we're not going to go too crazy. Now, one more thing I'm going to mention. In competition barbecue and things, people always remove this membrane. I actually prefer the membrane. I think it gives a rib a little extra chew. That's just me. I really like the flavor and the chew that the membrane adds, so I always leave that on my ribs. Now, obviously, I wouldn't do that if I was, in a competition or something, but I also wouldn't do party ribs or McDonald's barbecue sauce if I was in a competition right now. I'm just doing something for home that's going to taste really good. It's kind of an experiment, but we think this is going to taste really good. It's going to be great for the game tonight. All right, now I have these transferred into this metal pan, this foil pan, which is just going to make cleanup easier. And I'm just going to go ahead and season these up right in the pan. And then I'll roll them around, season again. I'll just put a couple of coatings to make sure they get good and seasoned. Now that I have these all seasoned up, I'm just going to go out and preheat the grill. And I'm going to let these guys just sit here and kind of marinate in that dry rub that I've put on them for about the next 15 minutes or so while the smoker comes up to temp. All right, now I've got these ready to go on the smoker. I've got the smoker set at 180 degrees, which is essentially a smoke boost option for the Weber Searwood. Now, I know I said these were going to be hot and fast, and they will, but I want an opportunity to get some extra smoke. So for about 30 minutes or so, I'm just going to place these on here and let them run at 180 degrees just to get some extra smoke into these before we crank that up to a hotter temperature. These have been going for about 45 minutes at 180, so they're obviously nowhere near done. But they do have a little bit of smoke on them, which is exactly what I want. So now I'm just going to close this back up, crank the temp up to 350 degrees. All right, I gave these 25 minutes at 350, and I just came out and gave them a flip, and I'm going to give them another 25-30 minutes, and then we'll check their temperature and see how close they are to done. But right now, they are looking delicious. So we got all of the barbecue sauce from McDonald's, and while those ribs are finishing up, I'm going to go ahead and open all of these and just let them dump into this pan. And so I will just open these, turn them upside down, and let them sit for a few minutes so they empty out completely, because I want all of this sauce if I can get it. All right, now I have these brought in, and just look at how gorgeous they are. Now I just laid them in on top of that sauce, and I'm going to go ahead and brush that over them now. Now I stuck my thermometer in, and all these were over 200. They were 200 to 202 degrees. So I'm just going to mix them around in the sauce. I'm not going to put them back on the grill to get them tacked up. I want this sauce to be good and wet on these when we eat them. I think these are going to be fantastic. So we'll just get them all sauced up here, and then we'll give them a try. All right, so I've got them all sauced up. Now that's a McRib.